into new business, payment of bills, starting on approximately page 50.
Okay, so Tim's absent tonight. Got his notes here on some of the questions that were submitted. On page 53 of the old packet, there was a question about initial service under pest control. We switched from Orkin to a new pest control, and so there was initial service fee. That's what that payment was for. On page 54, there's an ECRA group. The contract with ECRA has the second payment being paid at the end of January or the month of February. So I know we're working through some things for the board report, but the overall performance with ECRA and Kristen in the building administration pulling data has been positive. And so that's we're just following their contract of their next payment.
Well, the contract required them to deliver things to us also, which they have. They have to revise the report they delivered to us, right?
Correct.
So should we hold the payment until they deliver a report that we find acceptable?
Is this the final installment?
Yeah.
I think
I mean, that's what it
payments.
says.
We had to pay them twice.
Right.
There were two payments.
I'll pose that to the board. I mean, a bigger job that they're doing for us is the day-to-day stuff with the data. But they are slated to come back this spring to go through the revised report as well as an adjusted report.
Is there anything in their dealings with us that leads you to question their bona fides with respect to actually putting the effort in?
No.
And, you know, responding to what we had raised, and especially Tim had raised at the last meeting?
We already got some drafts back,
Okay with that.
and that's within less than 10 days.
Okay.
Right? When we went through another one today with some additional edits, so they're definitely working on it and addressing it.
That's fine.
Okay, next
Thank
item.
Hero, this is the new system that the dean's office is putting in place. They talked about it briefly when they did the culture report about how they're scanning IDs and checking for things with attendance and tardies. So this was some of the stuff, the equipment that was paid for to implement that system, and this was also covered out of our Title I grant. Hinsdale High School District 86 was in relation to, and that's also on page 56, that was in relation to a transportation service for a homeless student for August through October, and that student is no longer enrolled in the district and has secured residency and moved to a different district. So this will be the first and last payment in regards to that. We were splitting that with Hinsdale. And on page 58, the Nextera emergency service. And this is...
Energy.
Oh, the energy bill. Okay,
It's the
so
electric bill.
Yeah.
So Tim had left me a note on this that he thinks we did slightly under budget in that category, and that there was an overpayment, which we're already referring for, waiting on a refund of $20,000 because they billed us up front for the $20,000 for the new power source to the stadium. And so we already have confirmation in writing from them, and we were waiting for the $20,000 to be refunded. But he thinks based on where the rates are at, we still might have slightly under budget our numbers for our predictions on the expenditures for electricity. We are in a part of a cooperative that buys this for us, so we rely on a cooperative on getting our ratings and trying to get the best rates.
So from what you're saying, it's with the adjustment, et cetera, you don't expect, I mean, the way it was looking now, we're going to be
it was
double
looking
the
right,
cost or something.
but he still thinks that come June we still might be over budget.
Okay.
Over or under?
Meaning we under budgeted for the expenditure.
Under budgeted for the expenditure.
Right, but not at the rate that we look that
It
you
looks
thought
like
we were
right
at.
now.
Right.
Okay.
So you said there's 20,000 refund coming related to a capital project?
In regards to the electricity that was the new source of electricity that had to be purchased for the stadium to be powered up. The large box on golf.
Right, so shouldn't that have gone to a capital project, not an ongoing annual expense?
And I think we paid a check out of there, and then that was put on the bill again. So that's what they already clarified, and that we're getting that refund. But I will check and make sure that that should have came out of Fund 60. I think that was all the questions on the bills.
Anything additional? Resolved that the Board of Education, Township High School District 208, Cook County, Illinois hereby approves the payment of bills as presented and listed in the February 9, 2016 Board Agenda Packet. Second. Second, Mr. Cindy. Go for the vote.
Mr. Jefferson?
Yes.
Dr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Cindy?
Yes.
Mr. Welch?
Yes.
Mr. Richand?
Yes.
Ms. Ruska?
Yes.
Mr. Welch?
Yes.